What's up, fellas? Today's the big day. We finally got the 2022 CRF450R on the dyno. It's completely broken in. It's got an hour ride time, 3 heat cycles. We just changed the oil. We've got it in the aggressive map. We've got the street bike tire on. Let's see what it should do. The reports are, people are online saying they're putting down 60 rear wheel horse. The only dyno runs I've seen were 55 and then less than 55. We'll see what this one's got on our Dyno Jet 250i. We know it'll be faster than the 450 Yamaha. That was only 53.1. I'm hopeful this will be substantially more. I invested my hard-earned money in this. We are not sponsored by Honda. There's nobody paying for us to do this. This is right out of my wallet, right to the dyno for you guys to give you the truth. Guys, I don't know what to say here, man. I'm a little disappointed, but I'm not surprised. This thing's putting down 47.8 rear wheel horsepower with 31 foot-pound of torque. That's less than Mario's YZ450. Listen, but I was kind of prepared for this. Before I went online and I checked the other dyno reports I saw online. Militant Moto, an independent shop, this is their dyno report right here. And I thought maybe something's wrong with this. 44.61, check it out, Militant Moto, 44.61 is all they got. We got 47.95. But the interesting thing is Dirt Bike Magazine, now this is the map this bike came with. There's been some talk of a new, I've heard some scuttlebutt about another map. Honda's reflashing the ECUs. They had some problems with them. It's possible that maybe this needs to be the ECU, but this is what Dirt Bike Magazine got. They got on their dyno run on the 21, they got 55.2 at 9,300 RPM. We got 47.8 horsepower. I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for words. Definitely disappointed. I'm not going to beat a dead horse here, but Jeff.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's bone stock. I mean, it's respectable power. This thing revved to 11.
Yeah, well, it kept on revving, but there was no. Yeah, if you look, show them the dyno curve. There was no sense of revving it any higher because the horsepower peaks at 9,000 RPM.
Yeah, 990, 500. And then it falls down.
So this is a bone stock 2022. It's been properly broken in. The air filter's clean. It's set on the aggressive map. Hey man, the dyno don't lie. It's 48 horse. It's hot and humid today. We could try it on a cool day, but what's the max improvement you've seen on, like, let's say a 70-degree fall day? What would it be?
Yeah, I'm telling you, 4 horsepower.
You'd still only be at 52, which would be about equivalent to the Yamaha YZ450, the 2022 Mario's bike.
90 degrees in here right now.
90 degrees. Junior, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I'll tell you what doesn't need to be flashed. The 20 other CR500s. I mean, 55 to 60 horsepower.
My Warhorse 97 that had the same spark plug for 2 years and it put down 53.5 horsepower on a stock, no porting done, just a reed valve and a pipe. We just put down 61 horsepower with just a porting job and a CPI pipe. That's it. Stock original carburetor on a 97 CR500. You can port your CR500 for less than a titanium exhaust system will cost for this. Eric Gore will port your cylinder for $250. You can get it done by Lindsay Machine, no more than $400, and put a CPI or a fatty on there, and you're going to be putting down. Jesus. And what about the torque? Can you put the CR500 map over the top of this?
Right
okay, here we go. Look at this. Is all this is a porting job and a CPI pipe. Less than $1,000 worth of work on a 25-year-old CR500, and it's putting down 61 horse, 44 torque versus 48 horse and 31. So you've got, dude. I got to do the math here, but
look at the torque difference right here. That is just absurd.
Don't worry, boys. If you bought one of these, don't worry, because AJ can fix a glitch. It's going to cost you a few bucks. It's going to cost you probably $8,000. It'll cost you $8,000 to buy a full billet engine, brand new, all new components. $8,000 to $10,000 depending on the spec, but it'll probably cost you $5,000 to build this. And then what happens when it breaks, or it blows up? You're basically screwed. So you know what? For the average guy you don't need more horsepower than this, but you're going to be starting mid-pack if everybody else has got 30% more power than you.
I have a question. So the factory, like a factory HRC 450, like the bike Roxon's riding, how much horsepower is that made? Let's say that bike's making 60.
I guarantee you it's making 60 horse, the
Okay.
factory bike.
How often are they rebuilding it?
Every single moto, every weekend. I don't think they go every weekend. I guarantee you it's pulled apart right after the race and sometimes in between the motos if there's any issues. Can you guys do that at home? No. The answer is no, you can't.
Yeah, on a four-stroke, as the cam chain stretches on a four-stroke, it retards it retards the timing. That's why they put a new cam chain in them four-strokes all the time, to keep the cam in the right position all the time.
5 hours on the new YZ250s. This is recommending
Yeah.
you do the
The valves,
every 5 hours.
the valves they rev 10,000 RPMs. The valves get beat into the head. The cam chain stretch. They go out of tune all the time. So you got to stay on top.
You can
of them.
beat the shit out of your CR500 till the clutch is slipping and you're down 15% in horsepower because the top end's worn out, and you'll still be faster than a brand new 450. And it'll be easier to ride because it's worn down a little bit. You know, the wild claims that the 60 horsepower, people, oh, it's got 60 horse, maybe at the crank, but if you've got the engine packed in ice. This is rear wheel horsepower, not at the crank, not pie in the sky, not a lie. It is what it is on a Dyno Jet 250i. And we've done thousands of dyno runs on here. Matter of fact, we just did a dyno run on a ZX11 that I pulled up the Cycle World report. It was 134 horsepower back in 19, whatever. What year was that bike? The ZX11?
91 or 2, wasn't it?
91 or 92. It was 134 horse, and Jeff had just done a dyno run, and it was 134 horse. So 134 horsepower was the same today as it was 30 years ago.
No,
So
I was just looking at the air to fuel on your bike. It's perfect. It's right at where it's supposed to be, just above that 13 line. So it's tuned. I mean, it's
on this bike right here,
Yeah, ours wide open. The tuning is,
Perfect.
good. That's pretty linear, staying right on the line.
it's pretty bad. This is equivalent to what a 252 stroke was putting out back in 1993. 94. A good tuned CR 252 stroke would put in the 40 plus horsepower range. This is a little faster than a 252 stroke then. But as far as an 85 CR 500 or an 86 or an 87 or a 97 or an 01, not even freaking close, man. Not even in the same ballpark.
I'm going to try one more run.
So senior had to go. Jeff and I suspected he got a little hot, so we let her cool down and did a couple more runs. What do we get out of it, Jeff?
Yeah, 50.11. These 3 runs right here, 49, 49.96, 50.11. So